Time for a SWAC update.
12 play of this drive, a 3rd down and 3, and Colic has the first down and into the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina State. Well, they had 6 rushing touchdowns a year ago for the Bulldogs, and the first score of the year for South Carolina State is a rushing touchdown for their QB.
Yeah, just an overload there. They bring in a freshman. He blitzes in the A-gap. Quarterback goes untouched.
Second and 14. Number 15, Randy Williams, has it to Williams. Number 5, Alex Anderson. And on the shot for the Tigers, number 53, Justin Miller. Sets by number 9 is Benson. Third down. Third and 17. That is also to number 5, Alex Anderson. And on the shot of the Tigers, 53, Justin Miller. Fourth down. Number 5, for the Hornets, 35, Gunnar Benson. Kick the receive from the Tigers for 17 Anderson. For 17, Patrick Smith. Fair catch. The Tigers are taking over first and 10.
Not too bad for a first round. Okay, audio's good. So we'll wait. So we're good to go coming back from commercial at all? Yeah. We're good to go coming back from commercial. All right. Fans, would like to welcome you back to the John Merritt Classic. I'm Howard Gentry Jr. along with Daniel Fitzpatrick, and we're bringing you Tennessee State University football, 17th annual John Merritt Classic. The Tigers are trailing 7-0 with 8:54 remaining in the first half. And Daniel, Tigers just can't get it cranked up yet.
Well, their offense is moving the ball. They just can't finish off drives. Defensive, after the first series, they've been doing pretty good. Well, let's see how they do on this series.
All right, Daniel Duhart, back to pass, and it's complete out in the flat. Crosses the 20, down at the 25-yard line.
That was a good open field tackle by Bonds. You know, corners aren't usually known for their tackling ability, but watch this. He comes up, makes the big-time hit, flips the receiver over, brings up 2nd and 5.
Pick up a 5 on the play. Duhart, red shirt senior, in the shotgun. One back in the backfield. Back to pass. He throws. Hit at the line of scrimmage.
Once again, another big-time open field tackle by Terrell Bonds. They come at him again, and he makes the play once again, bringing up 3rd and short.
And that's Joshua Davis on the receiving end, and no yards gained on the play. 3rd and 5. Duhart getting the signals from the sideline. As a receiver in motion. Back to pass. He throws. It's complete. And it looks like it could be a first down. No, they're going to call him short by just half a yard. Khalid Thomas on the reception.
Justin North, there he goes making a play. He's doing pretty good following Thrasher's footsteps, sideline to sideline. Catches the running back out the backfield. Tracks him down. Now it's going to bring up 4th and short, looks like.
And Thomas is a speedster, too. He did a good job of running him down. 4th down, less than a yard. And the Hornets are going for it.
Wow.
And there's a snap. Looks like he might have it. Boy, a defender came across the top.
They're going to give TSU the ball right here after they've been doing pretty good defensively. That's going to be tough.
Wow.
Not going to see what the sticks do. Wow.
Oh, they rooted first down. And there's a handoff.
It's a flag on the play, though.
There's a flag as he crosses the 45 down at the 40. I don't know what they're going to rule right now. The flags, the yard markers were not in place. The officials really usually stop play until the markers get in place. They did not call timeout. And the Hornets came on to the play. I bet they're going to call oh, no, we got fouls. All right, we're going to see the play again. So now the markers are being placed. They were all setting penalties. And so it's back to the 30-yard line. First down and 10. Hornets leading 7-0. 6:54 remaining in the first half. There's a pass. It's complete and run out of bounds. I don't even think he made it to the line of scrimmage, and that's Khalid Thomas.
7-on-7 once again. It looks like they have a little rivalry here. Not only do we have Tennessee State versus Alabama State, but we got Thomas versus, looks like Javon Brandon.
All right, second down, 11 yards to go, a loss of 1 on the play. In motion is Anderson to the left. As the flip.
Whoa, got
and
jacked up.
Again, a loss on the play, a big play by Tennessee State University.
32, Chris Collins once again with a big hit. That's his second one of the day.
And Alex Anderson is not a small guy. He's 6 feet, 200 pounds. And they took him down, a loss of 2 on the play. Third down, 14 yards to go.
It's a big down.
Back to pass. He's looking. He's going to run it. Up the middle, 30, 35. Finally knocked down right at the first down marker. And it looks like he might have it. Wow.
Tennessee State got a good pass rush, but once the quarterback broke the pocket, the defensive line has got to retrace and try to drag him down. We got one defensive lineman on the replay chasing him, but they've got to do a better job.
That was Duhart on the keeper. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 40. Handoff up the middle. And they're wearing the big blue down as Alex Anderson again bulls his way across midfield. And he's down at the TSU 48.
Brandon sticks his nose in there, but it looks like he didn't want anything to do with Anderson on that play.
Wow. 1st and 10. Alabama State as they're starting to move the ball on the ground. Good hit at the line of scrimmage, but didn't contain. Spins. Brings the ball down to the 45-yard line.
Khalid Thomas is only 5'10", 175, but he bounced right off that hit.
2nd and 6. Ball at the 45. Duhart, red shirt senior, getting the call from the sidelines. And on that sideline is the new football head coach, Brian Jenkins. And Jenkins, of course, coming from Bethune-Cookman and now at the helm of the Alabama State Hornets. We're going to go to a commercial break. We'll be back in a moment.
26 years of competition, and it's still going strong. The 26th Southern Heritage Classic, presented by FedEx. Saturday night, September 12th, 6 p.m. at Liberty Bowl Memorial Stadium, Memphis. Tennessee State versus Jackson State. Two fierce rivals go at it again. Who will be this year's Southern Heritage Classic champion? One thing's for sure, it will be a Tiger. Don't miss the AutoZone halftime show. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster and Ticketmaster.com. The Southern Heritage Classic. It's all about having fun.
What do you get when you have me, Nephew Tommy? A bunch of college students compete for $100,000 in prize money and a lot of fun. BCQ, baby. It's the Black College Quiz. Family, tell them what to do.
And we'd like to welcome you back to Nissan Field as Tennessee State University trails Alabama State by a score of 7-0. 5:06 remaining, second down, 6 yards to go. Duhart, back to pass, looks upfield, and it's a foot race, and it's incomplete as Tennessee State defends that one in a great way.
I don't know if you saw the hit that Duhart took on that play after he let it go, but it looks like big number 99, Rodney Edwards, gave him a shot. Boom, there it is.
Well, that shot definitely worked, and on the defense is Ezra Robinson, a cornerback, and he was all over the intended receiver. It's going to be third down.
Big time
7.
down.
Dort, back to pass. He stays in the pocket. He throws. It's incomplete. That pass intended for number 84, Joe Williams, and I think Joe Williams got alligator arms on that one.
Well, he's got to come up with that catch. Duhart's got to make it an easier catch. If he catches that, he might be a first down.
I think he was thinking about those ribs on that one. I'm not talking about barbecue ribs.
Well, it was a safety standing down there in the flats waiting to hit him, so you might be right on that one.
Trevor Vincent in the punt for the Hornets. Back to receive for the Tigers. Number 5, Terrell Bonds. And it's a timeout on the field as the Tennessee State Tigers trailing 7-0. All right, we're back. Fourth down, a high snap. And Benson picks it up and tries a soccer-style kick and amazingly keeps the ball in play as that ball will roll down to around the 33-yard line, and that's just amazing how he was able to make that happen.
Well, I don't know what Tennessee State was doing just standing there, but that was a chance to make a big-time play and give your offense a short field. Now it looks like he got the ball back around the line of scrimmage and pins Tennessee State around about the 34, 33-yard line.
Well, the Tigers did have a chance, but you have to really give him credit for making a great kick in spite of the fact that that ball was snapped high over his head. You would have expected somebody to be running him down. First down and 10 for the Big Blue. It's a pass out to the right, off the mark. And again, O'Shea Ackerman Carter having trouble hitting the mark in this first half.
He's got to settle down. I think that interception he threw earlier has him a little bit rattled. That's a wide open wide receiver with a lot of green grass in front of him. He's got to settle down, complete the ball, and let his wide receiver make the play for him.
Well, this is a battle between two coaches that know each other well, and that's Brian Jenkins and also our own Rod Reed. Jenkins, the godfather of the MEAC, as he coached at Bethune-Cookman prior to coming here this year. There's a handoff to the right. He cuts upfield, and a pretty good run for Tennessee State University on the carry.
Well, Tennessee State's offensive coordinator looks like he's going to try to put the ball on the ground a lot more. Settle his quarterback down, maybe break a big-time run. He has 3 or 4 running backs that can really carry the ball. So I think he might try to gain some yards on the ground and keep the chains moving so he can get his quarterback settled down, and then he'll go from there. Get some play action in there, maybe make him get some rollouts and slow the game down for him. Looks like it's moving a little bit too fast.
Well, Telvin Hooks is the workhorse, gained 5 on the play. He had 17 yards in the first quarter. Back to pass. Pass up the middle. Good pass, but a big hit and a big catch as Tennessee State gets the first down, and a great play by the tight end for the Big Blue Tigers, number 89, Andrew Bather. And Bather's a big target.
That was a big hit, but a better catch. Knew he was going to take a big-time blow. Caught the ball, got the first down. Tennessee State might be rolling now.
Is that 89? I have trouble reading these numbers up here. I don't think that's Bather. I think Bather's a defensive player.
Bather's a little smaller. He's a wide receiver. I think that might have been Archie Denard, 83.
83. But these numbers are hard, and he's limping now. He's coming up a little gimpy as he might be the victim of the false start, but he's also coming off the field. So, yes, let's give the due to the right person, Archie Denard. And he's the tight end that caught that pass, too, 6'4", 255 pounds. And I'll probably need to look at the screen and knock those numbers down there. Maybe it's my eyes. You're going to have to help me out, Daniel.
I'll see what I can do.
I'm up here with Daniel Fitzpatrick, former starter for the Big Blue Tigers, and played great years for Tennessee State. Back to pass, O'Shea, Ackerman, Carter, and timeout is being called on the field. And while we've got timeout on the field, we're going to go to our station for a message.
Donate to the TSU Engineering Alumni Scholarship Fund. We need to raise $200,000 to reach our goal of $500,000 by homecoming. Don't forget, donors of 1,000 or more will join me on the field at homecoming. Please, don't let me down.
Welcome to Jack's Barbecue. I'm Jack Coffin. If you're looking for a Nashville tradition, look for the Flying Pig sign over Broadway. Join us on our patio by the backstage door of the Ryman Auditorium. We feature 6 hickory smoked meats and 6 award-winning sauces. Visit our West Trinity Lane location with ample parking and drive-through. So come on down to Jack's Barbecue where the barbecue
And we're back
smoke.
for the John Merritt Classic, Tennessee State with the 1st and 15. Back to pass. He's looking nowhere to go, and he's going to keep it. And the defense for Alabama State is starting to get a lot tougher here as the Tigers quarterback, Ackerman Carter, picks up about 2 yards, but he had nowhere to throw that football.
Well, Howard, Carter has got to get rid of that ball. I'm all the way up here, and I can see that he had a couple receivers open. I know it's a different view, but he's got to take his time, go through his reads, and deliver the ball. His receivers dropped a few earlier. They've got to help him out. Make some plays for your young quarterback. Get him settled. It'll help your offense move a lot better.
2nd down for the Big Blue, trailing by 7. Back pass is complete, and as you would know it,
and there's your boy.
number 17, Patrick Smith, on the reception.
Just what I was talking about. Settle down, let your receiver catch the ball, get some yardage, makes it a manageable third down. Looks like about 3rd and 3.
Third down, 3 yards to go for the Tigers. Tigers need a score before going into that dressing room. Minute 40 remaining. There's time. And there's the dangerous one, Patrick Smith, lining up to the left. O'Shea Ackerman Carter taking his time. There's a snap. Looks right, throws right. And let's see, looks like he caught it. First down, Big Blue Tigers.
You can tell that line judge over there to move those chains. That's a great catch. Looks like he's a pro, got 2 feet down. Big time target. Looks like Chris Sanders McCullum on the catch. Yes, that is number 9. Chris Sanders McCullum got his 2 feet down, secured the ball. First down, Tigers.
First down, Tennessee State. Another Chris Sanders played in this stadium years ago for the Tennessee Titans from Ohio State.
Big time player.
He was a big time player. Called him tippy toes. But he had world class speed. He never got to get down on his heels because he ran so fast. All right, 1st and 10. Back to pass. Looking upfield, got somebody open, and it's complete, but did he stay in?
That is a great
It is
catch.
going to be a first down, Big Blue, inside the 20-yard line. Going to be ruled down at the 18. A huge catch and a huge pass for the Big Blue.
Well, Isaiah Freeman came on strong last year for Tennessee State's offense. He had a big, strong year. Right there, he makes a big-time play for his quarterback to give him some more confidence.
All right, Tigers inside the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. Just over a minute left in the first half. Tigers back pass. As receiver up the middle, and it's complete to Tom Smith. He took a hard hit, but held on to the ball.
Well, there you go again. Quarterback settled down, goes through his reads, finds his running back out the backfield, picks up about 4 yards. But Dominique Jackson with the hit stick. Looked like he's been playing the new Madden.
All right, 2nd down. Looks like 2nd and about 7 for the Big Blue. Clock continues to run. 41 seconds. They need to get it in order. Receivers right. Oh. And it looks like Tigers are going to call timeout. And they do. As the Tennessee State University Tigers trying to move to that end zone, we're going to take a commercial break. I'm sorry, we're going to stay right here with you. As I'm Howard Gentry Jr. along with Daniel Fitzpatrick. And Daniel, it's been a very interesting first half. Tennessee State University has made their share of mistakes and still holding Alabama State to 7 points. This game could look a whole lot different.
Well, both these coaches believe in playing good, strong, stout defense. Don't give up the big play. You saw Tennessee State defense give up the big play on the first series, but ever since then, they've buckled down. The young guys losing 8 starters last year. They've buckled down. They play hard-nosed defense. And Alabama State has to bow up right here and try to at least hold them to a field goal.
We'll see what they're made of. Tennessee State University went down to Montgomery, Alabama last year and lost the game by 1 touchdown as the Tigers struggled early on, kind of like this game, and really came roaring back in the second half, but could not pull it off. Back to pass. And he's going to keep it. Spins inside and knocked down around the 14-yard line.
Well, if Tom Smith picks up that block, Carter might still be running all the way into the end zone.
All right. Clock running down to 17. Tigers 3rd and 7. Tigers back to pass. Looks to the end zone. And the receiver stumbles. And the ball is incomplete.
Well, that helps them out. Hopefully they can get 3 out of this. Going to the halftime, knowing you made a lot of mistakes, but you're still in the ball game. They weren't able to capitalize on your mistakes with a young team. You get 3 points, got some momentum going into half.
Chris Sanders McCullum. Ball was thrown to his backside. Could not pull it off. Into attempt the field goal. And it looks like Alabama State is going to jump on this one. And let's see where that penalty takes the Big Blue. It's going to be close to the first down, but I don't think that 5 yards is going to get them there.
Interesting fact. The tight end coach for Tennessee State University now was an Alabama State player for 4 years back in the early 2000s, and now he's on Tennessee State sideline after coaching there for the last 10 years at Alabama State.
Wow.
So he has some ties in this game. It's interesting.
Well, we've got 6 seconds left in this game. Daniel, you've been in these kind of games before. You got 6 seconds left. The penalty was not, they didn't move it, so timeout has been called. I don't know what the decision was. I guess that we'll have to wait and see what the official call is going to be. Just looking at the yard marker, it appears that if this penalty is against Alabama State, even if Tennessee State took the penalty, they couldn't get a first down.
Well,
and if they want to kick it, they might want to keep it where it is.
Well, with only 6 seconds left, you want to try to get some points on the board before you go into halftime, knowing that Alabama State gets the ball back.
Well, it looks like that's what the Tigers are doing.
Good decision by their coach.
All right. We're looking at a 31-yard field goal attempt into the game for the Tigers to kick. Qantas Maddox, kick is up. And the kick is good.
With 1 second left.
1 second left in the half, and Tennessee State University gets on the scoreboard. 7-3 is the score, and the Tigers of Tennessee State still haven't been able to cross that end zone, but I'll take 3 any day.
I'm sure their coach is happy with taking 3. The way things have been going for them, they went in there, got 3 points right before the halftime. Now you're down 4 going into half, make some key adjustments, come back out ready to fight. But Alabama State's not going to go easy.
No, they won't. And what do you do with this 1 second here?
Hopefully you can get your kicker to kick it out the back of the end zone. Knowing that they'll take a knee on that first play.
You don't play in this situation, do you?
No, it's a sticky situation. If you give him a chance to return it, he runs it back. Now the momentum's on their side going into halftime, and they get the ball back coming out of halftime. If you squib kick it, you waste time. Hopefully one of their big fellas, linebacker, tight end, somebody who's not used to really getting the ball, gets it, and you go out into the halftime. But we'll see. It'll be interesting.
It will be interesting. And, boy, I'll tell you, Tennessee State, I still think the Tigers are really have been fortunate in this first half, because with all the mistakes that the Tigers have made, especially in the first quarter, just trailing by now just a few points, 4 points, the Tigers really are in good shape to get control of this game.
Well, both teams are really young, Howard. Both teams lost a lot and had to rebuild this year. ASU has 12 returning starters, and Tennessee State has 8.
Well, there's the squib, and it's it got touched, and it's going to be down inside the 30-yard line, and that's the end of the half. So
there you go.
They went with the squib, and it worked on the Tigers' behalf. So the Tigers going to the dressing room trailing 7-3, and we're here at halftime at Nissan Stadium. The Big Blue Tigers waiting for the Hornets to cross.
Hi, and welcome to the SWAC Halftime Report, where we take you all around the SWAC and show you highlights from this week's SWAC games. We're going to get started here with Georgia Tech and Alcorn State.
Jackets, the defending Coastal Division champs, the Orange Bowl champs, and of course, Justin Thomas, their leader. First quarter, no score for Paul Johnson's Yellow Jackets. They're driving. Thomas on the option. The flick over to Quay Searcy, 31 yards down the sideline, down at the 13. And that leads to this. Thomas drops back. No one's open, so instead of his arm, he's going to use his legs. Takes off for the pylon, and he's in. The first touchdown of the season for the Yellow Jackets. It is Justin Thomas, 7-0. Alcorn State's next possession, 3rd and 17. John Gibbs Jr. picked off by Chris Milton. That's great field position for Georgia Tech, and on 2nd and goal, Patrick Scove, the graduate transfer, his first game for the Yellow Jackets, he gets in. In fact, he scored 3 touchdowns in the game. 2 possessions later, it's now 20-0. Thomas Michael Summers at the other end. Great back shoulder throw. Great catch by Summers. That's must-see ACC. 27-0 Yellow Jackets. Thomas just 3 of 4 through the air in the game, 54 yards, and this score. Georgia Tech was up so big in this game, it would not attempt to pass in the final 43 minutes. We're still in the first quarter. Marcus Marshall, 49 yards, makes it 34-0 Tech. It was the most points scored in the first quarter by any Georgia Tech team in the modern era. Now second half, 55-6. Again, Marshall up the gut. Georgia Tech would rush for 476 yards in this game. Marshall, 184 of them in 2 scores, 69-6 the final. One short of the modern era school record for points. That was 70 a couple of times. Of course, once upon a time, 99 years ago, Georgia Tech scored 20.
Saturday afternoon out in Berkeley as the Cal Bears look to start off their season on a high note against Grambling State. Right out the gate, the Golden Bears offense looking sharp. Quarterback Jared Goff, quick pass to Daniel Lasco, and he's up the sideline for a 20-yard pickup. Very next play, Goff with another big-time pickup of 17 yards to Maurice Harris, and that would put them in position for this. A nice 4-yard TD run by Lasco, 7-0 Cal just 2 minutes in. Cal's next possession, Goff back to pass, and he's picked off by Nicholas Peoples, but the Tigers can't capitalize and would later be forced to punt. Golden Bears offense back at it, Goff airing it out and connecting with Bryce Treggs. That's good for a 51-yard gain, but Grambling State would hunker down at the goal line. Vic Enwary cops it up, and the Tigers' Javonta Williams comes up with it. But once again, the Tigers' offense can't take advantage of the turnover. Some serious miscommunication by quarterback Jonathan Williams and wide receiver Cameron White, but Cameron Walker is loving it. And excuse me, pick 6, Golden Bears up 14-0. Later in the quarter, Grambling's offensive woes continue. Sophomore wideout Chad Williams can't handle the pass, and the freshman Darius Allensworth will haul it in for the pick. That would eventually lead to this 3-yard TD reception to Kenny Lawler. Bears up 21-0. Now, not only is the offense and defense playing well for Cal, the special teams is making plays. The Tigers' punt is blocked. Golden Bears with premium field position, and that would lead to this 19-yard TD reception by Lawler. Cal up 28-0 with 58 seconds remaining in the first. Tigers' next possession, it's just getting ugly out there. Williams with an ill-advised decision to avoid the safety. Devontae Downs with a pick 6. Golden Bears just rolling 35-0 after 1. Second quarter, Goff just feeling it with Lawler. Their third TD hookup of the game, this time for 16 yards. Golden Bears just cruising 42-0 and would end the first half up 52-0. Second half, Goff and several of the starters would sit back and relax. Trey Watson getting the call from 6 yards out. The Bears would put up 66, that's right, 66 unanswered points. Jared Goff would go 24 of 32 for 309 yards and 3 TDs, all going to Kenny Lawler in just one half a play, while Lawler would haul in 6 catches for 69 yards en route to a 73-14 blowout.
Scores from other SWAC games. Texas Southern 11, Prairie View A&M 38. South Carolina State is now leading Arkansas Pine Bluff 7-0. This concludes the SWAC halftime report. We'll now take you back to the game.
Online at fw.ky.gov.
Conducted by Dr. Reginald A. Young. The concert tune this evening is Teddy Campbell, Can We Talk? I need everybody to help us sing this song. Come on. some noise. Somebody get the fly swatter out. Some bugs got to get killed in here. What y'all know about that Drake back-to-back? Come on, everybody. Spread out of spandex. Go over there. ASU. Don't feel bad. Let's go, ALB. Y'all swing with us, come on. Post the beat, come on. Sing with me, let's go. Yeah, man, come on. Bring it down. ALB, let's speed it up. Round and round we go. Show them how to break it down. I don't think they see you, ALB. I don't think they see you. Turn it to the side. Shake it one time, go. Take a look. Uh-oh. You're done. Let's go! Everybody on their seats! Y'all know what type of party it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the 50-yard line, where Marie Sewing of the National Convention and Visitors Corporation will make a presentation on behalf of the City of Nashville and the CBC. This Music City Gold Record is presented to Ed Tutal Jones for his outstanding career at TSU and the NFL. He will always be a hit in Music City. Now, Tennessee State University President Dr. Glenda Baxton Glover and the Athletic Director Teresa Phillips welcome home Ed Tutal Jones, who plays under the direction of legendary head coach John A. Merritt. Ed Jones is a former All-American who played on 2 undefeated teams here at Tennessee State University in 1970 and 1980. our 2015 John A. Merritt Classic honoree, a big blue standing ovation.
Thank you very much. President Glover, Director Phillips, my main man, Clint Gray. I am so glad I went to TSU. Words can't explain how happy I am to be here representing the John Merritt Classic. Anytime you are recognized by your alma mater, it's one of the greatest achievements that one can receive. And I am humbled and thankful. I played 15 years for the Dallas Cowboys, 3 Super Bowls. But when I think about football today, I think about my years here at Tennessee State. Coaching staff was second to none. Teammates who dedicated themselves, paid the price that you have to pay to be a winner. Many of whom I'm still friends with today. So on behalf of John Merritt, who meant so much to us for so many years, let's show Alabama State this second half what it's like to face a Tiger in the second half. Thank you, and God bless you.
Welcome home, Ed 2000 Jones. We love you.
David Kamara better get ready to put his big boy.
Alabama State, this second half. Assistant man. Assistant man.
Hello, I'm Howard Gentry Jr. along with Daniel Fitzpatrick and Tennessee State University Aristocratic Bands coming off the field. Alabama State Band going on first, and we're talking about this now because it's halftime, and halftime is a huge part of a classic. We're here at the Tennessee State University 17th annual John Merritt Classic. Tennessee State University trailing 7-3. Could have been a lot uglier in the first half.
It could have, but as you see on the halftime stats, the game is pretty close. Both of them have an equal amount of yards, been able to pass the ball a little bit. Neither team has really established a run yet. So I'll be interested to see how this half goes.
Well, you know, as we are on camera, the game is happening right behind us. And Daniel, we wanted to let the fans know that we are here. We're going to be here every home game and bringing the podcast to the Tennessee State University fans. And we will be here, and we will be here live. So we'll bring you back to the game in just a second.
Let's see how this defense starts off the second half, Howard.
Well, it's going to be first down deep in Alabama State territory. The ball now being moved up to the 16-yard line. Let's look at the first half while we're waiting on Alabama State to come forward. And, it's really pretty even as it relates to, of course, the score. But Alabama State has actually had much more success. But Tennessee State University has had the ball.
Well, they've been able to pressure the young quarterback. That was part of the keys to the game. They've been getting after him. They have 2 sacks on him right now. So I'll be interested to see how he does in the second half, bouncing back.
Daniel Duhart, quarterback for State. And he's 9 of 13 for 102 yards as his pass into the flats, and that's been working all day for them. And up to around the 21-yard line goes number 7, who has done a great job, Khalid Thomas. He's the leading rusher on the team, and he picks up about 6 yards on the play.
Alabama State hurrying it up, Howard.
They've been moving it fast all day.
Trying to catch him off guard.
There's handoff again to the workhorse, and he delivers a hard lick as he crosses the 25-yard line. First down, Alabama State around the 27-yard line, 28-yard line to be exact.
Well, David Kamara better get ready to put his big boy pads on because Thomas is not tiptoeing. That running back is running hard.
And it doesn't get any easier now that number 5 comes in the ball game, and he can do his damage. Alex Anderson, 6 feet, 200 pounds. There's a pass. And on the reception, number 88, Ephraim Henderson. And Henderson gets close to that first down mark.
Well, Tennessee State might have to move their coverage up. It looks like Alabama State's trying to hit them with some quick screens.
2nd and 1. There's a fake handoff, and quarterback Duhan's going to keep it. And he picks up first down and more as he steps out of bounds. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 43-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Hornets at that point.
Well, Duhart isn't really known for his legs, but he showed you right there he has some athletic ability to escape out that pocket.
He definitely does. There's a high snap. It bobbles, and Duhart trying to get as much as he can. He's going to be caught behind the line of scrimmage. A good defensive effort by TSU on almost a fatal mistake by the Hornets.
Well, people don't realize how key snapping the ball right to the quarterback is. That just cost them about 5 yards.
It is a loss of 5. 2nd down, 15 yards to go. Duhart back to pass. It's complete. Across the 40, up and dives to the 45-yard line. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 44. Pick up a 5 on the play. 6 yards on the play. 3rd down, 9. Duhart. One back in the backfield. Motion left. Duhart back to pass. Looks across the middle. Throws and is complete at midfield.
They have been going for it on 4th down a lot in this game. Both teams showing you early that they believe in their offense.
Wendell Archie, and they're going on 4th down, and they're going to keep it. Wow.
I don't think Coach Jenkins knew that it was 4th and 5.
I don't think he did either. 4th and 5, quarterback keeper.
Wow.
And, of course, he did not make it. It's going to be TSU ball on the 49, and limping off the field very gingerly is Wendell Archie, the tight end, 6'2", 230 pounds. And he's the guy that made that great catch a couple plays ago. But that was a very unusual play.
Did you believe he did that, Howard?
I just know.
Who do you think called that play, the coach or the quarterback?
I think quarterback probably called that one, or they got caught between calls and nobody called it. It just it's unfortunate for them, but great for TSU. 1st and 10 for the Tigers, trailing 7-3 on the TSU 49-yard line.
I think TSU is going to run some power offense.
Ackerman Carter hands it off and hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Is number 18, and we know who that is, Telvin Hooks.
Look at Big 94 push that guard around. In the backfield, 3 yards deep. Makes the running back cut outside, and there is a swarm, and I mean a swarm of Hornets just waiting on him.
Well, Telvin Hooks has carried the ball in the first half 9 times for 30 yards, given 2 more, so it's 10 times for 32 yards, averaging just under 3.2 a carry. Need to get a little more out of him. Back to pass. Looks across the middle, and it's bobbled and caught, and that might have cost him a first down.
Howard, there's your boy again. Time after time making plays for the quarterback. Patrick Smith is a dynamic athlete. Get him the ball, and he'll make a play.
He's always open. 6 feet, 190 pounds, out of Memphis, Tennessee. They're going to rule first down as his forward motion stopped at the Hornet 41-yard line, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Big Blue from that point. O'Shea Ackerman Carter, 9 of 13, 102 yards, 1 touch, 1 interception. And there's Carter on the keeper. And that doesn't happen often.
Well, you don't want to jeopardize your quarterback. I mean, he has some athletic ability, can run the football a little bit more. But there he is carrying the ball, getting a good block from the running back.
And he's also a little gimpy after he got up off the pile. Ball down to the 35-yard line.
Let's see if they can finish off this drive, Howard. I mean, they've been moving the ball really well. They've been getting into the red zone, but they cannot capitalize whatsoever.
Just have not been able to do it. 2nd down, 5 yards to go. 2nd and 4 for the Big Blue. And there's a handoff. And maybe getting back to the line of scrimmage. Here's the Big Blue. Read well by the defense of Alabama State.
There goes Darius Washington, a preseason all-second-team selection in the SWAC. Last year he had a great year. He had 98 tackles, 15 tackles for losses, and 4 sacks. Looks like he picked up where he left off from last season.
Well, he stopped there. Tom Smith was on the carry. It's going to be 3rd down, 4 yards to go. There's a big handoff, and Ackerman's going to hold on to it, and he's going to be racked up behind the line of scrimmage. And again, the Tigers being stopped before they can get that ball in prime scoring position. A loss of 1 on the play. 4th and 5 for the Big Blue. Looking over to the sideline, I don't know what they're looking for. This is definitely a punting down.
Well, it's a close one. It's too far for a field goal probably, but a punt, he's going to really have to execute to down them inside the 20.
Yeah, I know punters hate this. It hurts their average. In the punt, Austin Riley.
Tennessee State is all over the place. I don't think they know who's supposed to be.
I don't. He's going to call the timeout because players were not in place. And the coach was.
I think that was the game plan. Push him back 5 yards.
Push him back.
And make it easier on your punter.
So it is delay a game, and he didn't get it called quick enough.
He actually did that on purpose.
He did. Well, the coach here faked it on the sideline pretty good. Ball back now to the 41-yard line, giving him a little more room to kick. Austin Riley, the punter, Good snap. And a good kick. Flipping backwards. And it's going to be fair caught at the 11-yard line on the catch.
Down inside the 10. It looks like it worked out for Coach Rod Reed and his TSU Tigers.
Well, Khalid Thomas is the hands man, too. He was back there to receive the punt. They just use him for everything.
Well, last year he had a big-time year on punt returns. He led the SWAC with 11.4 yards on punt return. So be looking for him to make a play.
Tennessee State University has not been able to cross that goal line in this ball game. 8:16 remaining in the third quarter. The Tigers still trailing 7-3, and just thought we'd see a lot more offense going on out here for the Big Blue.
Yeah, well, their offense is doing pretty good. I'm surprised. Coach Parker's really spreading the ball around, getting his athletes the ball.
Well, I guess that means that Alabama State's defense is doing better, huh?
At this moment, yes, they are. Just a tad bit. They're bowing up when they have to and making the stops when they need to. They've been getting pushed around and the ball's been driven down the field, but they stop them when they have to and don't let them get in that end zone.
So, Daniel, you played. You were a Tiger. What goes on the sideline right now as the defense continues to hold Alabama State after the first touchdown? The Tigers on offense are not able to really get the ball in the end zone. What kind of dynamics are taking place on the sideline?
Well, I'm sure at halftime they made some adjustments. I'm sure the defensive back coach Ed Sanders and Michael Cornegie went there and told them if we don't give up the big plays in the passing game, we're in the lead right now. So right now, I'm sure Coach Reed told his Tigers just bow up, get another stop. Our offense has been moving the ball. They're going to punch one in, and we're going to be on top.
All right, 1st and 10. Daniel Duhart, quarterback. As we're back for the third quarter, Duhart in the shotgun, hands it off up the middle, hitting the backfield quickly is the running back, Khalid Thomas. And looks like the Tigers stop him for a 1-yard loss.
Clemson transfer paying off. There's Ebo again. Tackle for loss.
2nd and 11. There's a pass. Wide open. And on the reception, Jahir Hannah, and gets a good gain on that play. Pick up a 5. Let's give him 6. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. There's the pass, and Hannah's knocked out of bounds. That's Thomas out of bounds. And he might have gotten the first down. He does.
TSU's defense has got the ball up right here and try to get a stop. It was 3rd down. You got to get off the field, Howard.
And I'll tell you, they don't have much time as the Hornets are coming right back ready to play. As pass across the middle, hard hit, but didn't take him down. Good play by the safety. That's a big target for Alabama State, number 82, Brandon Barnes, 6'4", 230, but he knew that there was somebody back there.
Well, there's the redshirt freshman, Laquarius Cook. He's going to learn that as safety, you've got to wrap up and make the tackle. Big hits don't mean a lot.
And they're still throwing that ball around. Pass to Hannah. And they still continue to move those sticks, and they are rushing it, buddy.
Tennessee State's defense has got to make some adjustments. They've come out in this half and hit them with screen after screen after screen. They've got to get those DBs up there and challenge these wide receivers.
Pick up a 4. 2nd and 6. A lot of time going upfield. Out of bounds. And there was no play on the ball. There was contact back there, but that ball was not catchable.
Well, Duhart had the screen once again, decided he wanted to go deep and try to get a big play out of it, but he had the screen wide open once again.
For some reason, he just held on to it, didn't let it go.
I don't know. Maybe he thought he had one down the field.
3rd and 6. Duhart back to pass. He's got time again. He's going up top. And it's caught. And that time the defender was in no man's land. He knew that receiver was between he and the football, so he made an adjustment so he could at least make the tackle.
Well, the DB got beaten. He looked in the backfield. That DB, that's one thing he can't do, never get caught looking in the backfield. He was there to make the play. The receiver just wanted it more at that point.
Well, that's a big first down. The ball's on the 6-yard line, and no time to waste as Alabama State is still are at the line of scrimmage. And it's touchdown, Alabama State. Quarterback on the keeper, Daniel Duhart, put the cap on it from 6 yards out.
Looks like they might call him short. His knee might have touched the ground right before he got across the goal line.
Well, it looks like it did. And it's going to be 2nd and goal. One of the officials did raise his hands. 2nd and goal. Duhart under center. And he's digging, and he crosses that end zone. Touchdown, Hornets.
Well, now's the time where you're supposed to call that quarterback sneak that you called earlier, and it works out for him. Now they go up 14-3, have a little cushion.
Wow. Duhart's arm is actually hurting the Tigers right now, and he's actually winning the quarterback battle.
Well, Howard, they just went 90 yards down the field. I don't think I saw a third down that whole time. CSU has got to get some pressure. Last year, they were in the top in the nation in sacks. Duhart has all day to throw the ball. They got to get rid of it. The offense
and the kick is up.
Got to help him.
And the kick is good. So, with the score 14-3, Tennessee State University trailing. We're going to take a commercial, and we'll be back in just a few moments.
26 years of competition, and it's still going strong. The 26 Southern Heritage Classic, presented by FedEx. Saturday night, September 12th, 6 p.m. at Liberty Bowl Memorial Stadium, Memphis. Tennessee State versus Jackson State. Two fierce rivals go at it again. Who will be this year's Southern Heritage Classic champion? One thing's for sure, it will be a Tiger. Don't miss the AutoZone halftime show. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster and Ticketmaster.com. The Southern Heritage Classic. It's all about having fun.
The music, the foot tapping, head bobbing, soul saving kind. Country, blues, rock, and everything in between. Where it all started and never stopped. Heard on stages, porches, and street corners. You can't download it. You can only experience it. The soundtrack of America, made in Tennessee. Start planning at TN Vacation.
Listen to your taste buds. They love the taste of Coca-Cola at McDonald's. And now, any size soft drinks or sweet tea are only $1.
And we'd like to welcome you back to Nissan Stadium as Tennessee State University has fallen behind 14-3 in the third quarter of this John Merritt Classic, and the offense of TSU has been sputtering.
Well, Alabama State's offense has been taking advantage of the young defensive backfield. TSU's offense has got to help them out and put some points on the board.
Well, this is the time to do it. A lot of time left in the game. The Tigers sure could do it. Good kick. And he's still running across the 30, 35. Good return by the Big Blue Tigers. On the return for Tennessee State, number 28, Marcus Deans.
Got a big seam right there. Good blocking up front by the front five. Opened up a hole. And he's off to the races. A few more blocks and he's gone.
All right, the Tigers need a score, and they need one quick.
I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Parker takes a shot right here.
Well, there's a penalty called on that play, which is moving the ball to the 40-yard line. I didn't get the call, but I guess everybody else in the world did.
I missed that one too, Howard.
All right, we're the two blind mice, right? All right, 1st and 10 for the Big Blue Tigers. Let's see if O'Shea Ackerman-Carter can get this team moving. Ackerman-Carter, redshirt freshman, won the job in the spring. Back to pass. Looks to his left. It's complete. And just about a yard on the play. A lot of action, but didn't really get that far.
He was looking downfield. I think he was looking for the shot. It just wasn't there. But smart play, just check the ball down, get back to the line of scrimmage, and live to see another down.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Dominique Jackson in the game now for the Hornets. Tigers back to pass. Across the middle. Good catch, but nothing else after the ball was caught at the 45-yard line. Tigers picked up 5 on the play.
There's Darius Jackson again with another big hit. He has the running back, sees it, throws the ball, drive downhill, make the tackle. Solid tackle.
All right, Tigers with the big third down play here. 5 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Tigers need a score. Need a first down. And there's the pass. It's caught. And still on his feet. Finally knocked down at the 46-yard line.
Joe Bowens, 81.
81 on the reception for the Big Blue.
Well, in the first half, TSU was 7 of 13 on third down. So they're getting third down conversions. They just have to capitalize at this point and put the ball in the end zone.
And Joshua Bowens on the catch. And the Tigers still alive. First down. Ball at the Hornet 46-yard line. And flags on the play.
I think the Hornets smelled the honey. They were bringing the house. They had about 2 or 3 linebackers up there getting ready to blitz. Offensive line got caught off guard.
Wow. Tennessee State backing it up. 5 yards. It's going to be now first down, 14 yards to go, as the Tigers need to be moving forward, not back in their own territory. Ball on TSU 49.
Penalties will hurt you.
Ackerman Carter has gone the whole game. It's back to pass. Looks upfield. Got time. He throws and is incomplete. Had a receiver wide open and could not connect.
Just a tad bit high. Tad bit high.
Well, he's been high and kind of off the mark on a lot of his passes. Intended receiver for TSU, Isaiah Jeffries Freeman. That would have been a huge catch. But now the Tigers are looking at a 2nd and 14.
Rodney Morris just checked in the game, number 4, a tight end transfer from UAB. Maybe they might be trying to use him on something. We'll see.
Ackerman Carter looking across the line. Looks upfield. He's got time. Now he's going to keep it. And he's going to slide down around the 46-yard line. That's the Hornet 46. He's going to get himself back to the original line of scrimmage. Third down, 10 yards to go for the Big Blue.
Looks like number 9, Torrey Davis, the linebacker for Alabama State, is checking in for number 48, Darian Merritt.
Tigers back to pass. Here's the rush. He flips it out and is complete. Good tackle by A&M. Darius Washington coming up with the big play.
Alabama State. There goes the number 8 again.
I called him A&M, didn't I?
Yeah, that's all right.
Well, you know, hey, we play them all the time. Alabama State down the road just a little farther, Montgomery, Alabama, rather than Huntsville, Alabama. All right, it's 4th down, 8 yards to go. In the punt for the Tigers, Austin Rowley. He's standing back at his own 42-yard line. Good snap. Good kick. Backward spin. He's trying to keep it inside the 20. Oh, the Tigers couldn't handle it.
If he could have corralled the ball, that would have been a big-time play. He would have pinned him deep.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to turn our backs to this game. Not that we don't care about football, but we're getting ready to talk about football as we've got a gentleman in the press box now with his TSU jersey on, and that's Ed Too Tall Jones. Ed, how you doing, man? Well, man, congratulations on being the honoree of this ball game. It's appropriate. Now, we're going to get these Tigers to get the win for you, but just thank you for allowing us to honor you in this ball game. Well, Ed, this is Daniel Fitzpatrick. Daniel played. He was a starter on defense for TSU for 4 years, and it just ended his career last year. And so, Daniel, I know you want to ask a question or two.
Of course I do. I just want to know what it was like playing for the legendary John Merritt. You know, you hear stories all the time from third parties, but I want to hear from the mouth of one of the greatest to ever come through Tennessee State University. Well, I mean, I'm sure you had some great times. Can you remember any of the games from back then, and what was your favorite game playing in?
My favorite game was the bowl game, the Brandon Roseburg game, and we were underdogs in those games and just totally dominated. We only lost 2 games during my entire college career at Tennessee State, and anytime you only lose 2 games, that means you play with a lot of dedicated players, guys who have great work ethics, take pride in what they do, and coach very well. So we had all of the above.
Well, you guys had a dynasty, and I heard you were a pretty good basketball and baseball player, too. Is that true?
Well, I'll tell you what. I think I made the right decision by giving up basketball and baseball and sticking with Coach Merritt and his staff and playing football.
Well, I think you're right. Looks like it paid off. First-round draft pick. You know, hopefully soon here we'll get you in the Hall of Fame. So I'm sure that it paid off for you.
Well, and not only that, I was a big Cowboy fan growing up as a kid. So to be drafted number 1 overall was very special. And to go to the team that you watched from day one when you first started watching football. So, and to play 15 years, it was very special. And, again, a day doesn't go by that I don't count my blessings.
Well, you know, I have a special relationship with him. I played against him in college. Went to school with him in college. Now, y'all got to figure out how all that happened.
Did you ever have to block him?
Man, please.
Oh, well, did you block him?
No. No and no. But bottom line is that he's a great ball player, but more so the fact is that he's just a great person. And I know him as a person, and I appreciate you and all you've done. And I know you get tired of talking about this, but I'm going to talk about it anyway because I'm looking for the day when I can travel to the Hall of Fame and watch you go into that Hall of Fame, and it's time.
Well, you know what?
Past time.
Off the field honors was something that I never thought about. I've always valued myself as being a best team player I can possibly be. And, my mom taught me something early on. She said, son, always give 110%. Do your best. You can't worry about things that you can't control. That's one thing that I can't control. But I tell you what, when I saw Claude Humphrey go in last year, that was very special to me because Claude is the reason why I chose Tennessee State. My brother-in-law would drive me up to Nashville to see Tennessee State play. And, boy, I tell you, he was a beast out there. Also, my good friend Richard Dent, so we are represented well with Tennessee State alumni. So if it happens, good. But if it doesn't, I'm just glad I got to entertain my family, friends, and fans for 15 years.
Well, I just want you to know that it's going to happen. We're all saving up our little pennies, and there's a bus that's going to get wrapped, and all these things are going to happen. We're going to go back. Our band will be there again. I mean, it's going to happen. So you just get ready. I don't know when, but it will happen. And we appreciate this you coming down. We know we'll see you again next week in Memphis.
Right.
And but we appreciate you coming down and enjoying this with us. And hopefully we can get the Big Blue on the scoreboard and pull this game out. But
Well, thanks for having me, guys, and keep up the good work.
Okay, Ed Too Tall Jones, All-American here at Tennessee State University, #1 draft pick, and just a great, not just a great football player, but a great American. As Sonny Granville Lions, see, I put Sonny before Granville. Granville Sonny Lyons is taking him around today, and Sonny Lyons is a guy that we know of also. Sonny Lyons still holds the Tennessee State University interception record. You hear this, buddy?
You just had to throw that in my face.
19 interceptions for his career.
Well, I heard that a lot of his
interceptions. Did you say?
I had about 10.
10, okay.
But I heard through the grapevine that a lot of his interceptions came in the end of the game, and the other team was down by a lot of points. And, of course, he had a great defensive line in front of him. Now, I had a great defensive line, too. I'm not complaining one bit. I had some memorable times at Tennessee State. But when we were blowing people out nowadays, we got taken out.
But the problem is he still had to catch the ball.
That's true.
He had to be in the right place.
That's true.
Huh?
But still.
Now ask him how many touchdowns he ran.
I don't think he's in
that category.
He
didn't score. Sonny had feet. I didn't say good feet. He had feet.
Well, you give some, you take some. So he got the interceptions, I got the touchdowns. We're all happy about it.
That's right. Well, Dan, you were pretty doggone good. But just think, we were in here with royalty. Granville Sonny Lyons, who played with Too Tall Jones, the career, I say it again, interception leader. And then Too Tall Jones, #1 pick in the NFL, 1974. And not only was he just the #1 pick, but we also had the #3 pick that same year.
And who would that be?
Oh, you asked me who that was, right?
#3 pick.
#3 pick. Linebacker. That's not helping you? Huh?
Still doesn't ring a bell.
Wayman Bryant. Wayman Bryant played for the Chicago Bears and had a good career with Chicago Bears. And Tennessee State also had about 8 more drafted that year.
It's a privilege to always be around those guys. They helped pave TSU football and made them what they are today. So, I salute them. I'm honored to fall behind guys of that category.
And they still look like they can play today. All right, it's the 4th and final quarter of this football game. And, yes, we were talking to Ed Too Tall Jones, and a lot of the game was going on while we were on the off there. We really weren't off the air, but talking to Too Tall. The Tigers have a 3rd down, 5 yards to go. There's a pass to the middle, and it's complete. And it looks like it's going to be a 1st down for the Big Blue. He needs to get down. Next thing we'll see the ball popping out. On the reception for the Big Blue, number 81, Jashawn Bowens.
Carter standing tall in the pocket, getting it to his big tight ends on 3rd down. Oh, he covered up that ball big time. I don't think that was going to come out.
All right, it's 1st down for Tennessee State inside the 20-yard line. Ball on the 14. Let's see if the Tigers can put it in that end zone, trailing 14-3. Last quarter of the ball game, a lot of time left, but the Tigers need to score.
Yes.
Quarterback, O'Shea, Ackerman, Carter. Back to pass, looking left, looking right, cross the middle, and it's touchdown, Big Blue. And who is it?
There goes that man again, Patrick Smith. One more time.
Patrick
Smith.
Smith.
The ball, he can do something special with it.
Wow, he is just racking up yards as he took it in for the score on the 14-yard pass play across the middle, and the Tigers now trailing 14-9 and can pull this game within 4.
Well, I'm sure the DB is going to be mad about that. He ran into the ref, but hey, the ref is part of the field.
All right, Lane Clark in to attempt the point after. Good snap. And the kick is up. And the kick is good. So with the score, Alabama State 14, Tennessee State 10. We'll be back for the 4th and final quarter after these messages.
Music, The foot-tapping, head-bobbing, soul-saving kind. Country, blues, rock, and everything in between. Where it all started and never stopped. Heard on stages, porches, and street corners. You can't download it. You can only experience it. The soundtrack of America, made in Tennessee. Start planning at tnvacation.com.
Hello? Hello? Hey. Hey. Hey, can you wake up? I'm trying to get some service here. Are you serious? Oh, so you just gonna get up and walk away?
And we're back for the fourth and final quarter of the John Merritt Classic. Tennessee State University just scoring on a 14-yard pass play to the utility man and my good friend Daniel Fitzpatrick's offensive favorite. And the Tigers now within 4 points with 14:22 left in the game. Flags on the play.
I don't think the center got the message that he was supposed to hike the ball.
Well, let's hope that it's a false start. And Alabama State now are struggling with turnovers as we look at the third quarter stats. And Tennessee State University is starting to pick up as it relates to rushing yards and passing yards. And we'll get back to that. Duhart rolling right, throws, and is complete. And one hit, and he's not coming down. Brandon Barnes on the run.
Well, he got all those penalty yards
He
back.
did get them
some.
back and some.
The DB has to keep his head up and run through the offensive player.
Pickup of 8 yards. Duhan back to pass again, and it's complete. Crossing the 30-yard line, knocked out of bounds at around the 32.
I like the physical play that Tennessee State's coming out with on this drive. They know they've been hitting the screens. Wrap up, make the tackle.
Big third down play for the Big Blue on defense. If they can make this stop, the Tigers have great field position. It's not something they've done a lot tonight. Duhan keeps it around the left side, and he's going to first down, and he fumbles the ball. The Tigers recover, and it's going to be Big Blue Tiger ball on the 36-yard line.
He fumbled it right into the hands of the Tennessee State defensive player. That is costly. TSU has a lot of momentum right now. Just scored, and Javon Brandon recovers the fumble, and he gets a couple extra yards out of it, too.
He definitely does. Brandon recovers the fumble, and there's an injury on the play as Alabama State has an injured player. That's the second player down in this half.
That looks like it might be Duhart, Howard.
Oh, boy. Well, you never want anybody to be injured. Duhart is such a great ball player. You don't want to see him down for long. He's on his feet now, and let's hope he's going to be okay. Now, On the other sideline, they probably hope that he gets better tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that they'd be happy if he could just wait till tomorrow to come back.
Right.
But if he doesn't come back, you got Ellis Richardson, a redshirt sophomore, coming in for him. He's limping off the field, so we'll see the next series if he'll be all right to go.
Well, he's had a great game, and you can't take anything away from him. In the passing area, he's 18 of 23 for 214 yards, 1 touchdown, 82-yarder, and 1 sack.
Well, his production, he's their leader, and his production is really showing tonight. He's having a great game. Besides that fumble, he's been playing really well for him.
All right, the Tigers will take it first down and 10. The ball on the
about the 36.
On the 36-yard line.
Watch the shot deep.
As the handoff up the middle, he spins and turns across the 35. Finally brought down at the 34-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 2 as Tennessee State trailing by 4 with 13:02 remaining in this ball game. Tigers had a rocky first half, but the mistakes have now lessened so far in the second half. Second down, 8 yards to go for the Tigers. Carter in the shotgun. Back to pass, looking upfield. He's rolling right. He throws, and it's complete. Still on his feet. 20. He's at the 15. Finally brought down at the 11-yard line. A great, nifty display of running for Tennessee State University, and the Tigers pick up another first down.
Well, it looks like Freeman didn't know he had the ball at first. He kind of paused there for a moment, but cuts across the field, makes a couple defenders miss. A few more tackles, he breaks, and he's off to the races.
Boy, that Freeman is having a good game. And the Tigers now, first down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 12-yard line as Jeffrey Freeman in the first half caught 3 passes for 43 yards, as long as being 24, and he's still racking up those yards.
Well, if they punch this one in, they'll go up.
Ackerman Carter hands it off. Up the middle, he squirts it through. Touchdown, Big Blue Tigers, as Tom Smith just tipped his way into that end zone, picking and choosing his direction behind great blocking.
Oh, yeah, you can't. Look at the hole he had to run through. I think I could have got a wheelchair and rolled on through there. But the offensive line got some key blocks. He makes the right cut. He's patient, and it pays off for him in the end. Now Big Blue's up 16-14.
Wow. His only decision was, do I want to go left or right? I mean, he had great blocking. And isn't it funny how a game can turn if you just keep playing?
Just that fast. A turnover is costly.
There's a kick. It's up, and it's good. So with 12:01 remaining in this ball game, Tennessee State takes the lead for the first time in this ball game, 17-14, and it's a new atmosphere out here now.
Yes, it is. You hear those bands going at it. TSU players are hype on the sideline. They're ready to go. I wouldn't be surprised if they went down there on kickoff and knocked somebody out.
All right, now Daniel, see, that's how excited he used to get in the ball games. And he was the one knocking people out. So who are you going to pick? Who's going to do the knockout punch?
I got to see who's out there on kickoff first. And then I'll tell you my number that I'm looking for that I think will go down there. Playing with some of those guys, I have a good idea who it might be.
But it's kind of different now, Daniel, because you guys played together so long, and now there are new guys out here.
Yeah, there's a lot of new guys out there, but there's some older guys out there that I'm still really close to and talk to pretty often. So it's good to see some new faces, see what they can do, some new athletes who can bring something new to the table.
The Tigers have 15 transfers, 14 from D1 programs. Of course, that's what I still call it, D1 programs. Of course, that's old school. What do they call it now?
FCS and FBS, football subdivision, and then you have the championship division, the bowl division and the championship division.
All right, well, I'll get to it. I like to stay old school, though. I'm just old school kind of guy.
All right, so my pick to knock somebody out on kickoff has to be number 46. I'm sure that kid is a stud.
All right.
The person who wore 46 before him was a pretty good player.
All right, fans, we'll look at 46, and we're going to see what happens here. And let's see what's going to happen. Lane Clark approaches the ball. A high end-over-end kick. It's going to come down in the end zone, and nobody's going to return. Everything's starting to go right now, isn't it?
They didn't want anything to do with 46. They sent 2 blockers at him. He had no chance.
All right, so let's see if Duhart is going to come back in the ball game. He was injured on the turnover as he fumbled to the Big Blue, and he came up gimpy. And let's see if he's going in. No, it doesn't appear that Duhart is going into the ball game. And his replacement is going to be number 3, Ellis Richardson. He's a redshirt freshman, 6'3", 235. Man, he's a tall drink of water, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
There's a handoff up the middle.
Well, Duhart must really be hurt.
He must be. Khalid Thomas on the carry as he spins his way across the 30, and they're still moving that ball to the 31-yard line. Handoff again. Thomas again, and he's got running room. He crosses the 40 up to the 44-yard line. They're going to mark him down there. And, man, Thomas had a great first half, and he's just picking up where he left off.
There he goes again. They're going to keep feeding him the ball. He's a pretty good running back. Last year, ASU was ranked 12th in the nation in rushing yards with 227 yards a game, and Thomas himself had about 600 yards and 5 touchdowns. Looks like they're going to keep feeding on with the new quarterback in. He might not be ready to throw the ball yet.
Second down, 8 yards to go in the game now. Number 3, Ellis Richardson, taking the place of Duhart. And he's going to roll right. Looks like he's going to keep it as he's run out of bounds, crossing midfield, stepping out of bounds at the 49-yard line. So he has put a spark in this offense, Daniel, and he's still running.
Well, they got some pretty athletic quarterbacks, and they are using their feet. It looks like he wanted to throw the ball, but maybe he's just not ready.
All right, third down, 3 yards to go. Tigers taking the lead for the first time here in the fourth quarter, but Alabama State with the new quarterback continues to move the ball offensively. There he is on the keeper. Big guy, and he's knocked down. The ball's loose. Tennessee State recovers. The Tigers defense has come up again with the big play. Big number 99, Rodney Edwards on the recovery.
Howard, they are laying some wood out there. If I didn't know any better, goodness gracious, that is a big-time hit by the safety, number 7, Javon Brandon. He could play last year, too, as a true freshman. Played a lot last year. A good kid can hit. Solid hit. And the quarterbacks for Alabama State are having trouble hanging on to the ball.
Everybody in the stadium was wondering when the Tigers were going to wake up or if the Tigers were going to wake up.
Well, you hear them roaring loud.
They're roaring. All right, the 1st and 10 for the Big Blue, leading by 4 in this ball game. Ball on the Tennessee State University 46-yard line. Tigers in an I formation. That's something new. Ooh, and Alabama State wasn't going to have it. What was that?
It looks like they brought the house. I think Jenkins is pissed off. He looks mad. He looks pretty mad.
You mean upset, right?
Yeah, he was pretty upset.
Oh, yeah, upset. Yeah.
He has a pretty good defense.
You mean upset, right? We're going to say that
upset.
again. Okay.
Yeah, he's real upset.
Yeah.
Because they brought the whole
house. People listening to you now, they're real upset too. Okay, all right. But anyway, what was that? There's a flag on the play.
They called it unsportsmanlike conduct.
Wow.
On the play. That gives them 15 yards and an automatic first down.
Did I see an I formation?
Yeah.
I did see I.
They ran it a few times early in the first half, but they've been trying to spread it out and use their athletes.
Well, they spread it out. All right, well, thanks to the penalty, the Big Blue Tigers move that ball into Alabama State territory. Ball on the 3, first down, 10 yards to go. O'Shea Ackerman Carter, quarterback, hands it off, and again, tough front line play for Alabama State.
No room to go. As a running back,
nowhere to go. Well, they're not going to give up. That's what they're telling us, that it's just not going to be an easy walk in the park, so to speak.
Well, there's 10 minutes to go, and there's still a lot of time in this ball game.
Well, clock continues to tick. 9:26 remaining in the ball game. Tigers trying to hold on to the lead. Of course, the best way to do it is to continue to score. And again, tough play by the defensive line. Tom Smith trying to get around the right corner, but Alabama State defense still playing tough.
Has nowhere to go. It looks like right now Alabama State has Tennessee State's number. Looks like Tennessee State is trying to run some time off that clock and get out of here with the win. But it's still a lot of time left, Howard.
Too much time. Third down, 11 to go for the Tigers. Need a big play here.
I wouldn't be surprised if they went with a screen or something like that to catch Alabama State off guard.
Tom Smith in the backfield. Wide outs to either side. Ackerman Carter rolls left. He's in trouble. He's going to keep it. Does he have the feet? Does he have the legs? First down and more as he's run out of bounds at the 26-yard line, and the Tigers are still alive.
Well, that time he showed that he's pretty nimble and he can run around a little bit. Sprint out to the left, sets up the throw, nobody's there. Tucks it, got a pretty good block, and he looks like he just barely got around the corner on the linebacker, number 48.
You know, I was about to say at the beginning of the fourth quarter that Alabama State's defense was looking a little sluggish and tired. You know, they perked up all of a sudden, but runs like that can get you tired again, especially first game of the season.
Yeah, it can. Running around and you got them on 3rd and long, and then the quarterback breaks a big one, it can take the heart out of you.
Can Ackerman Carter pull this one off? There's a pass, still off the mark. He's having trouble. Wow. He had his man out there.
Well, Howard, I'm sure you played when you were little, just a little backyard football. That's all that is right there, a little pitch and catch.
Pitch and catch.
And let them go run.
They never let me pitch or catch. I always had to get up there and block, or snap the ball
I'm
or
sure
something.
you had one or two carries.
Every now and then.
I'm sure you took advantage of it.
Yeah, I did. I did. I remember the one touchdown I caught, and it was in Boy Scouts in a football game.
Well, I'm sure you celebrated
all night long. You know who threw it? Walter Overton, the guy that runs this stadium.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Second down, 10 yards to go. And there's a handoff up the middle. And the Tigers still plugging away.
Trying to run that clock, but it just looks like the time will not go down.
No, it's not going to go, and they got to still pick up first downs.
It's a good cut by Tom Smith. Breaks a couple tackles and gets a couple yards.
He's a transfer from the University of Tennessee. It's going to be 3rd down and 7, another big 3rd down play for the Tigers. And they've been pulling them off lately.
They have.
And so let's see what Ackerman Carter can do.
TSU was 50% on 3rd down conversions by the end of the 3rd quarter.
Wow.
That is a lot of 3rd down conversions.
That's a lot.
That hurts as a defense.
Back to pass. Carter. He pumps. He's got all day. He throws and it's complete. First down, Tennessee State.
Isaiah Freeman again with a big-time catch. Every time they get in the red zone, he's looking for Patrick Smith and Isaiah Freeman. They are his go-to guys. He has a lot of confidence that they will make the big play for him.
Wow. 1st and 10, Big Blue. Ball on the 14-yard line. It's a different ball game if the Tigers can get in that end zone.
Yeah, that puts them up by 2 scores, Howard. And that's going to be tough with probably about 4 minutes to go in the game. Coach Jenkins is really going to have to pull a rabbit out the hat on that one.
All right, time is running down. 6 seconds left on the play clock. 4, 3. He better get it off. 2. He does. And there's a handoff. And flag on the play. On the carry for the Big Blue, Telvin Hooks. There's a late flag.
TSU has to hope that's not on them because that's going to push them back some.
Well, they sure don't look like they want to move forward on this one. I think it might be.
Let's see what we have.
It's going to be
it's half the distance to the goal.
Personal foul. You know, Alabama State has had a few personal fouls called on them in this ball game.
Coach Jenkins has to be upset. You're just giving them free yards at this point. Make it hard on them. Try to get them to hold to 3, get the ball back, and try to go down and score.
And Coach Jenkins is too good a coach to let that go unannounced, and that's why he's bringing them off the field. It's halftime, fans. Tennessee State University. Did I say it's halftime?
Yeah,
it's not halftime. You know, I have to tell the fans something. You know, I was the voice of the Tigers for 30 years, and then I decided I had been the voice long enough.
I've
been gone. I've been gone for about 10 years. So this is my first time back in the booth in 10 years, and so I'm going to make a few bloopers, but I'm going to get it together too.
It's all right.
And
You've been
we're
doing
going to
a
have
great
a good
job,
one.
partner.
Yeah, and I'm enjoying it also.
Glad to have you back. Coach Jenkins looked like he's having a little conversation with the ref, trying to see what's going on out there. I don't think he agreed with that last call, but he's got to get his defense together.
Well, he did, and he's that kind of coach. He's basically been the godfather of the MEAC for the last 5 years at Bethune-Cookman. Never lost over 8 games. Never had a season where he didn't win less than 8 games.
Well, Howard, when you coach for 4 years out of school and you get a share or own it outright, part of the conference title, and then you win 2 HBCU national championships, you got to tip your hat off to a guy like that.
You do. And he knew to call that timeout, whether he agreed with the call or not, to get his team back underhand.
Well, let's see what they come. I'm sure they'll come out on this snap and probably pull a blitz or something, try to knock TSU back some.
1st and goal for the Big Blue. A touchdown can make this a 2-possession ball game.
Think he'll run it or he'll throw it?
You know, this is John Merritt Classic. Back in the day of John Merritt, that wouldn't even be a question. No. No. The closer you get to the end zone, the more you throw it.
Well.
Big John, no, this is the way he did it. He used the pass to set up the run.
Ah, wow. It's a little bit different now.
It's a little different now.
Off the edge.
There's a handoff, and it's touchdown.
He
Big
bowls his
Blue.
way into the end zone.
Wow. On the carry, Telvin hooks, and he just blasts his way across that end zone.
But I see a yellow flag out there. It might be after the play, but Telvin hooks with a big-time run. Puts TSU up by 9 with 6:15 left.
But again, what about the blocking up front?
The offensive line in this fourth quarter has been pushing Alabama State around for the most part. They've been giving their running back some holes to run through that's as big as the Grand Canyon.
Well, right after their quarterback got hurt, it seemed like the defense just got fired up. But then
not only that, he got hurt on a play where he turned the ball over. So a lot of things changed. Now you got a personal foul on the defense, and that's about 3 of them in a row. They've had 3 penalties on this drive. That is killing them at this time. They've got to get it together. He has to get them to regroup on the sideline.
And I know Coach Jenkins is about to go crazy.
I'm sure he's going to let them have it after the game because those penalties are really hurting them.
All right, in to attempt the point after. Dan Clark.
It's good.
Kick is up. And the kick is good. The Tigers take a lead 24-14 with 6:15 remaining in this ball game. And the mystique of John Merritt starts to rise again.
Well, Howard, you played some football yourself. As a coach for Alabama State, what do you tell your team with 6:15 left down by 10?
You know, you got to tell them first to settle down. You got to also let them know that they are giving this game, it's their game to lose because they have led this game the entire way. You don't take in consideration mistakes and all. And so you've let it get out of your hands, get it back.
Yeah.
Let's go get it back. Our quarterback is down, but let's go get this game back.
Well,
get it back for me. This is my first time coaching. I'm your guy this game. Do it for me.
Well, what do you do when your quarterback gets hurt and fumbles? Your backup comes in and breaks a pretty nice run, and then he fumbles. Back-to-back turnovers on the last 2 drives. What do you do on this next drive to get something going? Do you hand the ball off to Thomas again? Oh, and then the penalty yards from the touchdown, tack on 15 for the extra point. So Lane Clark with a big foot probably can kick it through the uprights from here.
All right, well, let me tell you what I'm going to do with the guys that did the personal fouls. I'm going to go whisper in their ear and say, have you ever heard what the roll is?
I know a little bit about the role.
Well, we're going to find out. We're going to let you find out what that is tomorrow morning.
Coach Rod Reed believed in the role. I don't know if y'all did Scald the dog.
I think it's also, well, anyway. Yeah. I would advise you not to eat before you roll. That's all I got to say.
Oh, yeah, that could be really bad.
All right, with the penalty, the ball's on the 50-yard line. It's a high kick. And it's going to go out of the end zone. So.
Did I call it?
You called it.
Through the uprights.
I wondered, did it go through the uprights?
I think it did. From my angle sitting here,
I wonder if
like
the kicker really tries to do that when he has that opportunity.
I'm sure in his mind he's saying, let me see if I can get it through the uprights.
Right. Well, the Big Blue coming off a scare early in this ball game. Probably Coach Reed was about to pull whatever little bit of hair he had. He doesn't have any, but whatever he's got out of his head, and to see his team bounce back the way he has, it's got to be a pretty good feeling, but there's still 6:15 remaining in the game. Back to pass on the Hornets, and the Tigers are swarming rather than the Hornets.
Yeah, well, you see a lot of Tigers getting after it. They have some momentum. They have some energy. They're pumped up. They're fresh. Their offense has been driving down the field, and now you're starting to see that come out. This is the Rod Reed defense that people are used to seeing.
Well, what about the new linebacking crew? Are you impressed yet?
I am.
All right.
They've made some plays.
2nd and 6. And there's a pass incomplete as the Tigers are now putting great pressure on the new quarterback, David Ellis Richardson, and he's showing signs of struggling with that pressure.
Richardson doesn't look comfortable in the pocket.
He doesn't. 3rd down, 7. Richardson back to pass. Short drop. Looks upfield. It's got a man. It's incomplete. Way over any
in the area.
Intended receiver.
He just doesn't seem like he's settling down in the pocket. I know you got thrown in late, but at the same time, your team needs you, and it looks like they might go for it on 4th down, trying to spark a play.
I think we got a cramp on the field. It's about that time. You know, this is a pretty cool evening compared to most first games here in Nashville.
Yeah, it is.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be back for the final moments of this game after these commercial messages.
Listen to your taste buds. They love the taste of Coca-Cola at McDonald's. And now, any size soft drinks or sweet tea are only $1.
The music.
And we're back for the final 5 minutes, 20 seconds of this ball game. Tennessee State University going on offense at their own 40-yard line. And, of course, leading by 10 in this ball game.
Defense has got to come up with a big-time play.
There's a handoff. Hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Pickup of around 3 on the play.
I'll be interested to see how many yards Tennessee State has racked up in this 4th quarter.
Well, a whole lot more than they did the first quarter. As the Tigers in the first quarter of this ball game, they had 56 passing yards. And 99 yards. Really, they didn't do bad in the first quarter of this ball game. Just a lot of turnovers. 2nd down, 7 yards to go. Under center, Ackerman. There's a handoff to Smith. He's down after about a 1-yard gain. Tigers getting a little conservative now, but 2-possession game. Clock continuing to run. 4:22. I guess not a bad decision.
Now you run some clock down. You're up 10, 2 touchdowns. They still have to score. Your defense has been playing good. You run some clock. I'm sure they'll probably throw it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they put the ball on the ground again and ran some more timeout.
3rd down, 6 yards to go. Tennessee State University, who trailed 3 quarters, is leading 24-14 in the 17th annual John Merritt Classic. Alabama State struggling now. Back to pass. Pass in the middle, and it was
right through his hands.
Wide open, but just couldn't pull it in. Jashawn Bowens. That's not what he needs to do.
Well, he gave his tight end a chance. That's all you can do. Put the ball up high.
That's not what your seniors need to be doing, though.
Nah, not that either.
That's right.
That would have gave them some momentum.
All right, Tennessee State punting from their own 44-yard line. Back to punt. Austin Riley taking his time and let the clock tick down to nothing. He's going to take a delay of game. I don't know that that's a good idea. But, they're trying to use up the clock, and so there we go.
Wonder why they took the penalty on that one.
That got me. But the Tigers will punt it. And he punts it to his right. The Hornets will handle it there. And Tigers all over him. On the return, Khalid Thomas. Thomas is Mr. Everything. But the Big Blue did a great job of containing him. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Alabama State at their own 39. Quarterback in the game now is Ellis Richardson, 6'3", 235 pounds. It's a redshirt sophomore, and he's replacing Duhart on a bad snap, and the ball is loose.
Still loose. Who recovered it?
And it looks like the Tigers have it. Big Blue Tigers have recovered another one.
Latrell Lee recovers the fumble.
Lee on the recovery, and the Big Blue Tigers, with 3:24 remaining in this game, will have the ball on offense at the Alabama State 28-yard line.
I don't know if you saw the big screen, Howard, but 99, big Rodney Ellis, I'm sure he's well over 300 pounds, was trying to pick that ball up and run. That would have been a sight to see him running.
Well, he recovered the last fumble, and he picked that one up. And so
TSU is going to try to run some more time off.
So the Tigers definitely will play, I'm sure, try to play conservative, but the way the backs have been running and the defense seems to be struggling, you never know. There's a pass, and
he drops it again.
He drops it, my goodness.
Back-to-back plays, Carter is throwing it to his tight end, giving him a chance to be a hero.
He sure had a chance to catch that ball, but it looks like it's going to be a late hit on the quarterback, Carter. And so that's going to go against Alabama State.
15 more yards.
15 more yards.
That's at least 4 in this quarter alone.
But the Tigers had their chance again, and another drop pass. Do they still use Stickum? When I was playing, they used Stickum, man.
I don't think so anymore. They wear the gloves. That's pretty close to as much as you're going to get.
Hey, man, you put so much Stickum on your hand, they stick to your pants. All right, it's going to be 1st and goal for TSU just inside the 10-yard line. And there's the handoff. Telvin Hooks picks up about a yard on the play.
If you're Coach Jenkins, are you panicking right now? It's 3 minutes left.
You know,
you're down 10, and they're deep in your territory.
If you Coach Jenkins, you're panicking, but most coaches would be through with their panic by now and just starting to get ready for the next game. 2:48 remaining, and the Tigers leading by 10.
Well, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Alabama State fumbled twice in a row. You never know.
There's handoff. Smith on the carry. He's hit hard around the 6-yard line.
Alabama State starting to probably burn those timeouts, try to give themselves some time.
All right, Alabama State calling timeout with 2:26 remaining in this game. The game took a lot of turns in the first half, but it's turned TSU's way in the fourth quarter, and the Tigers leading 24-14. And that's the game that Coach Reed was looking for.
Well, yeah, a young team. You knew they would come out with a lot of energy. Once they got settled down, you could see the game start to change. Alabama State had a little bit more of a veteran team with a great quarterback, but once he went down, the entire game changed. I don't know if it was the turnover or him getting hurt, but it was a big-time loss for them.
Well, I'm going to give you some history. I don't think you know, but there's a coach who is offensive coordinator
at TSU
for Alabama State, Mark Orlando, and he used to be quarterback coach at Tennessee State University.
A lot of ties in
and
this game.
Offensive coordinator.
A lot of people tied to both schools in this game. It's interesting.
Mark Orlando used to be that good-looking guy with that pretty black hair. He's now that good-looking guy with that pretty gray hair. But he still.
Alabama State had a little bit more of a veteran team with a great quarterback, but once he went down, the entire game changed. I don't know if it was the turnover or him getting hurt, but it was a big-time loss for them.
Well, I'm going to give you some history. I don't think you know, but there's a coach who is offensive coordinator
at TSU
for Alabama State, Mark Orlando, and he used to be quarterback coach at Tennessee State University.
A lot of ties in
and
this game.
Offensive coordinator.
A lot of people tied to both schools in this game. It's interesting.
Mark Orlando used to be that good-looking guy with that pretty black hair. He's now that good-looking guy with that pretty gray hair. But he still looks like old Mark. He was a great coach here at Tennessee State University, and I know that he wanted a better showing in this ball game, and I know he is really upset that his quarterback is down.
Well, besides those 2 turnovers, his offense has played pretty good today.
Right. 3rd down and goal, ball on the 5. There's a handoff, and it's touchdown, Big Blue, but there is a flag on the play.
Might have a holding here.
I'll tell you what, it looked like a wrestling match down there on the field. And big number 94 for Alabama A&M seemed to be on top. He's only 352 pounds.
That's a big kid.
That's a big guy. Chop block and holding. That's what it took to get him down. So that play is going to be, touchdown is going to be nullified. And the Tigers are going to have to back it up.
I think you have to take a shot here and throw it. Nah, you might want to put the ball on the ground and just be safe.
2 minutes, 20 seconds.
Try to get the 3 points, and that will really seal the game.
Well, it's 3rd down. It's 3rd down, so I'm sure that Coach would like to go to the end zone. That's a whole lot of guy. I guess you have to chop him and hold him, and he still didn't get him.
I guess he gets an A for effort.
He gets an A for effort, and so let's see what Chris Wallace is going to do on the next play. Let's see Chris's size. Chris is about 290 pounds, so he's a big guy too.
Still a big weight difference.
All right, ball on the 30. There's a handoff up the middle, and it's Smith. And Smith's going to be brought down around the 15-yard line. And Tigers are facing a 4th down. then I'm sure this is going to be a field goal attempt.
Keep the ball on the ground, be safe. You're up 10, no need to take a shot.
Well, Coach Jenkins is definitely not giving up as he takes the timeout with 2:11 remaining in this ball game. He knows he's going to get the ball back. He wants to have time to do something with it.
Well, you got to get a rush on this one. Try to get a hand on that kick. If you can block it, maybe get a return out of it, get an onside kick, you have a chance.
Well, Tennessee State is 11-5 in the John Merritt Classic. Against Alabama State, the Tigers actually beat Alabama State in his first 2 times playing here in the John Merritt Classic in 1999 and 2000. And that's when the former Alabama State coach, L.C. Cole, was here and defeated them. Last year, I know that Daniel don't want to talk about it, but the Tigers went down to defeat in Montgomery, Alabama by a score of 27-21 in the Lightning game.
Well,
so many lightning strikes, so many delays.
They got over on this. They got one.
Well, the Tigers have brought the punter in the game. What's that? Come on, talk to me, Daniel.
Well, now they do this thing where they want to spread you out and see if you match up. If you don't, they'll go for the touchdown on you. If you line up and match up.
No, so here's a field goal attempt.
Oh, and
ball is blocked. And so
I just told you, if it gets blocked, you have a chance.
You have a chance. Well, they've got a chance with 2 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the game. Alabama State trailing 24-14. Still has life.
Well, I see Coach Reed is talking to his field goal kicker. I don't think he was too excited about the way that happened.
But why do you do that? I mean, I'm old school. I mean, why don't you just line up and kick the ball?
Hey, you just need to see something sometimes.
I'm not criticizing. I don't know enough about it.
I don't think they ever had any intention of going for 6 on that. It's just you want to see if the team will adjust.
Well, is this a prevent defense or is it a mini prevent?
Looks like cover 3.
Cover 3. All right, there's a pass. It's complete.
Breaks one tackle.
And he gets out of bounds. Great play by the Hornets as number 88, Ephraim Henderson, did just what he was supposed to do. Caught the ball, got out of bounds, and it's going to be 2nd and a yard to go on that 9-yard pickup.
TSU can't sit too far back.
Back to pass again. And it's complete. First down, and he's still running up the sideline and out of bounds. Khalid Thomas, he knew exactly what to do as Tennessee State is playing awfully soft out there. Another first down. Ball at the Alabama State 41-yard line, 1:47 remaining in the game. Another complete pass. Hard hit and is fumbled, and the Big Blue Tigers have again come up with a big defensive play.
Well, the corner was sitting there waiting, and Kamara just is in the right place at the right time and gets his first career interception as a Big Blue Tiger.
And you call that an interception?
It was a pass play.
It was.
I don't
so
know
that's not a fumble?
I don't know what they're going to call it.
Well, you know what? They got it.
I don't know if he had the ball long enough for it to be a fumble. Let's see on the replay here.
Let's see.
It looks like he took 2 steps. I don't know what they're going to call it. That's a tricky one right there.
I'll tell you what.
I've seen that one before.
It's TSU ball, though. And be it fumble or interception, it belongs to the Big Blue with 1 minute 40 seconds remaining.
Well, Coach Jenkins used 2 timeouts trying to stop the clock. TSU gets 1 play, they can run off the timeout.
Well, that's what they're doing. They've got that safety valve back there standing around the 40-yard line. And O'Shea, Ackerman, Carter gets his first victory as a Big Blue Tiger. The red shirt freshman coming up big.
Well, he has some big shoes to fill.
Yes, he does.
Early it was a little rough for him, but he settled down. I think the offensive coordinator did a great job of establishing the run to help him out. And then his wide receivers made some big plays for him.
Absolutely. And even with the drop balls, the Tigers still kept their composure. And they've got something to work on, but they've also got something to build from. And that's what you want to do. 2nd down. And takes a knee again That time the surge came in from the middle of the line. Officials are trying to keep these teams under wraps because there's a lot of talking going on out there right now.
Well, go ahead. This puts the Tigers right at the top of the OVC standing with everybody playing either earlier on Thursday this week or last night. This puts them right up there. So right now they're competing for the championship. It's early in the season.
It's early.
They have a chance.
Well, and also they're ranked high in preseason black college football, and with them beating Alabama State, that's going to also help the Tigers in that standing. So the officials still trying to keep the teams separated. A lot of talking going on, but now the handshaking's going on as the clock ticks down 7-6. And Coach Reed's already talking. And that's the end of the game, fans, with the score. Tennessee State University 24, Alabama State 14. The Tigers have won the John Merritt Classic, 17th annual John Merritt Classic, and pulled off a victory in the fourth quarter. And guess what? The season's on.
Yes, it is, and it was a great game, very intense. Two teams that are very familiar with each other, two coaches who are probably even more familiar with each other. They both came out with great game plans. It's just this time it didn't go in Alabama State's favor.
Well, I see the quarterback walking with on a crutch, and so let's hope that he's going to be okay. And that's Alabama A&M's quarterback, number 15.
You meant State, right?
Alabama State, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. You knew what I meant. But the fact is
not too much
that Daniel Durhart, and hopefully he's going to be okay. And he is on